So I was at Vorago today for quite a few hours. Probably actually did about a 4 or 5 hour trip, and tomorrow or the day after this, I'm going to be uploading a guide in terms of how much money I'm making and the money per hour at the moment with Vorago. But at the moment, I just wanted to do a walkthrough of the thinking points which were going through my mind whilst I was on Phase 5. As you saw there, I just had to trade for a Super Restore potion. My prayer was draining massively at this point. I almost died then actually, and that was flipping close, right? And I haven't tanked at Vorago in a very long time. I'm quite an amateur tank. A guide will be out soon actually from all of the footage which I've collated today in terms of how to tank accordingly. Don't look at this as in a guide, because this is not a guide, this video. This is me trying to survive in Phase 5 with minimal prayer, and my prayer actually does in fact get drained, and I end up tanking without any prayer for quite a long time, or it seems like an absolute lifetime for me. However, it probably was only a couple of minutes. Now, what made it even worse is that we're actually 5-manning at the moment, so I've got a 5-man team going. What you'll see me do there is use barricades. So my thoughts were, right, every time there's a red bomb which gets released, I'm hopefully going to have barricade ready. Usually, it's every other red bomb you should have barricade ready in Phase 5. So at the end of the day, I just tried to use resonance as much as I could, and reflect. As you can see on the left hand side of the screen, I've got 2 seconds left of my reflect. There it goes, disappears. That lasts for around 10 seconds, I believe. Reduces your damage, or reflects 50% damage back to the boss or the opponent, so it helps very much. Now, there's a lot of stuff which goes on in Phase 5 when you're a tank, especially if your teammate gets about 5 million bleeds, and I'm pretty certain he gets another one. No, he doesn't, but he just got around 3 bleeds in a row. Which is quite rare. I've actually been KO'd whilst melee base tanking by getting 3 bleeds in a row. As you can see, my barricade isn't ready here, so at the moment I'm not really too sure what to do. I've just got to take in the damage, and look how much your prayer drains when you have a spirit shield. Now, I'm thinking of doing a versus video between spirit shields and the new Barrows kite shields. I want to try out the merciless kite shield out at Vorago, because I know, or I have a feeling, it's going to be better, because the armor rating, you might get hit less, and the prayer drain won't be as obvious. The prayer drain there, when you get a red bomb, if you don't have barricade on, is just insanely, it's just insane. My prayer went from 600 there down to almost 0 within a couple of seconds. Now, throughout all the phases up to this point, you shouldn't really have to use rejuvenate much, because on my team I had one healer, at least one healer. 2 healers are amazing, because then, to be honest, as a tank, you can pretty much AFK it. But as you saw there, I like to save rejuvenate for Phase 5, because I know I'm going to need it, because I can't use barricade on every red bomb. However, there you go, I tactically just use red bomb at the barricade, to prevent me getting hit by the red bomb. However, when you do use barricade, the red bomb actually gets rid of that completely. You don't get damage, but it does get rid of it. So the time which barricade actually lasts is reduced to 0 seconds, and it just disappears. At that point, I usually try and use reflect. As a tank, you do actually get bleeds as well. So I just got a bleed then, and what I was thinking is, please God, don't give me another bleed, Vorago, please. If it does give you another bleed, God, that was so close to me dying again. If Vorago does give you 2 bleeds as the tank, then you need to surge into your melee DPSs and then just run back away, because at that point when Vorago is dealing bleeds, there aren't any magic bombs. Okay, so in the space of literally 40 seconds, prayer for last 4 has now gone down to 0. Now I'm worried. Vorago, we've got a man down, which means less DPS. Now, as you would have known, after every single phase, so when the phase is finished, if one of your teammates die within that phase, the next phase it resets your team. It resets it, so Vorago deals the equivalent amount of damage to how many players are in your team. So if you go into Phase 5 with 5 players and then 1 person dies, or if you go into Phase 5 with 6 players and 1 person dies, then you've got to deal a lot more DPS. So as you can see here, I'm taking a heck of a lot of damage. Luckily I've got barricade on there. Oh my god, I'm just getting hit massively. Like, the magic bombs now hit around 2.5k, but as you saw there, just resonanced a massive load combined with a rocktail, which is quite nice. Now at this point, I'm just like telling my teammates, please just DPS Vorago down, so I don't have to take so much hits. But it absolutely wrecks. This is what happens, guys. And I got a bleed as well. This is what happens if you don't pray on Phase 5 as a tank. This is just a really good example just to show you how brutal it actually is. So I'm actually going to surge now. This is the tactic which I told you about earlier. So I had 2 bleeds there. I actually got a melee hit there as well. I really don't know how I'm surviving right now. It was really fun though, and very adrenaline pumping. Luckily, my teammate did drop me a restore potion. And again, it really is down to how good your teammates are, how well you communicate. I was really lucky to have some good teammates here. Well, not lucky. These are just clanmates. I do it with them all the time. And you know, we've done it that much together. We just know the roles inside out, what we do. Like, there's not many teams where they'll literally trade you a prayer pot before you go into phase 5, so that's pretty elite. Now, as you can see, it's helping me a lot. I'm just switching there between my magic prayer and resonance. I have 3 food left. Getting a little bit worried, but literally they have to move it 2 spaces back, and then we've got it. 1 more to go. 1 more to go. I am shitting myself right now. 3 food left. I seriously couldn't believe it right now that I've actually got through. Finish him! Finish him! So next Kanoa is melee base tanking right now. Is just about to finish off Vorago. 1 more. There we go. And I made it. I could not believe I actually made it. Now this is quite a funny glitch at Vorago where the maul is alive. The maul is alive and just takes out Vorago by itself. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. It was just a bit different of my thinking points really, of what was going through my mind whilst trying to get through phase 5 with pretty much no prayer. So thanks for watching guys as always, and I'll see you in the next video.